Hello, fellow wolves. It's your Alpha Knight or Nightmare, the Demon Wolf of the Night. I'm doing a collab with DOD Whatever. Say hi.
Hello, mortals. And I'm here with my homie. So, today we're doing my idea. Right? We're doing my idea. We're doing both our ideas combined. Today we're doing what if Izuku had an evolved version of the Force? Of the Force. So like Sith Force and the original Force, right? And we're gonna do what if Izuku was in the One Punch Man universe. The One Punch Man universe was my idea, while the Force was his idea. Come on.
Alright, so let's start. Oh, and in the picture you see on the screen right now is gonna be how he looks right now when he's in the science or a laboratory. And so he's messing around, touching stuff, and he accidentally pushes a button that teleports him.
No, let's say he accidentally presses a button, right? And the button makes him go to sleep, like he was knocked out by said button. And when he wakes up, he sees he's in somewhere. He sees he's in a city, but not his city.
Hold on, I need to say something real quick. And here's a warning: this is probably an 18 plus or 13 plus. So if you're not old enough, please get the fuck out.
Nah, bro. If you're not old enough, bro, stay. You can learn not to be a pussy when you're older.
Yeah. I just don't want to get demonetized at the same fucking time.
All my videos are 18 plus.
Yeah. So yeah. And let's say the place, no, he wakes up in a spring area around the city.
You know what, let's say he wakes up in an alleyway on top of a trash can, right? Trash bags.
And he grabs a handle. And the handle...
Right? And when, let's say, let me do this part, okay?
Yeah.
Because I have a lot right after this. Oh, Izuku wakes up in this alleyway. He sees he's on trash bags. When he gets up to look around, he see, oh, I'm in the city, and he noticed that it was not his city. He's like, where am I, right? And Izuku just walked around the city. He saw this one person, right? Let's say Fubuki was on break and she don't want to use her powers, right? He saw Fubuki and Tatsumi. Like, he saw Fubuki and Tatsumi in an alleyway with 7 guys on top of her. Like, 7. No, let's say since they know who Tatsumaki is, there were like 24 guys there. Right? And Tatsumaki was trying to push them all off. But they all had powers, so they were pushing her telekinesis back. And, you know, Izuku, obviously having that hero mentality, did the one thing he thought was reasonable. You can continue off this part.
He may have summoned lightning and shot every fucking dude there, frying their brains.
At first he said, oh, so this is one for all, and then he remembers, oh, I took back one for all. That's why I was in the lab, right?
Yeah.
And then he puts his hand out, and he did it like, I would fucking make a doctor reference. He said, almighty push. And all of them went up. He said, what the fuck?
Oh, and then he said, almighty pull. And then he grabbed something.
Almighty pull.
He grabbed something sharp from the bag. He grabs his knife that he had in his pocket and pointed at the guy that was coming towards him. And you shoved it right through his heart.
I know that's it. You know what I'm gonna do now?
What?
I'm gonna make a funniest picture ever. Izuku says, "Getsu got dead show," and he just saw a giant beam of electricity just going through every one of them. Because I'm gonna make a lot of references in this video. I make a lot of references. Hey. And then come on, because let's talk some real stuff. The One Punch Man universe revolves around Mob Psycho. You know that?
Yeah, really?
Yeah, One Punch Man revolves around Mob Psycho because Because if you remember, there was an episode of Mob Psycho coming over to Saitama's house and they were training.
No.
Now come on.
And let's say his knife transforms into a hilt. Kylo Ren's hilt, in fact. And it turns black. It turns into this type of black lightsaber. And he says, "What the fuck just happened to my knife?" And she, let's say, the two, I really can never remember those two effing names. Let's say
Tatsumaki and Fubuki.
Tsushimaki and Fumuki. Yeah.
Fubuki. Tatsumaki and Fubuki.
What?
Tatsu and Fubu. Just Tatsu and Fubu.
Tatsu and Boo Boo asks, "Who are you?"
Fubu.
Boo. Blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah. You know what? Just call it Buki. Just call it Buki because Tatsu and Buki because I
Buki.
don't give a fuck.
Buki.
Yeah, Buki. Yeah, Buki.
Asks him, "Who are you?" He says, "I'm Izuku Midoriya."
Right? And after that, he just disappears because like.
Yeah.
Like that.
Sorry for all the fucking noise in the fucking background. What the hell is that? It's a motherfucker dragging a box across the floor. He can't carry it. Yeah, so
Okay.
let's say he appears in front of who?
Now let's say he appears in this random secluded area and he's questioning, what is this? How do I have such powers and stuff like that? And then Zuko gets knocked out again, but when he wakes up, he sees he's in this black void of a place, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he sees three people. Right? Once he sees himself as he's older, with two lightsabers at his side, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then he sees somebody named Rey. He just get the name Rey inside his brain, and he sees somebody named Luke, and he says, "Who are you?" Right? He says, "Who are you, and what are you doing here?" And you know, Izuku's saying this because he's thinking they're villains, and they're like, "You are in your mind state, boy." Because let's be honest, Luke had that "I don't give a fuck" personality.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Luke is like, "You're in your mindscape, dumbass," and you know. Ray had that personality too, but like, you know,
A little toned down. Yes, a smidge. Oh shit, my mom's calling me. Take it in, ma.
Hey.
okay.
Hello?
Yes?
Come downstairs, babe. We got
Hold on. Alright, bye, ma.
Continue.
Hold on, I need to go help my mom with groceries. Ice cream truck. Alright,
Now
so...
Izuku's gonna know. You know, Izuku now is gonna know of his true origin, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can
Can I let you know the recording is going?
So let's say Izuku had this power, right? He's gonna learn his true origin. You finish this part off. Something is in my mouth.
Alright, let's say Ray tells him you're part of a family known as the Walkers. Like Luke Skywalker. I think her last name was Ray Walker.
Hold on. I need to go search this. Hold on.
Alright, yeah, we need to search this up. Pause. And they introduce themselves by saying, "I am Luke Skywalker, I am Ray Skywalker, and this is your future self, Izuku Skywalker, or Izuku Midoriya."
Or it's just Izuku Skywalker because he's gonna know his true name.
Yeah. And he's... What? Oh great, my dad is calling me. So yeah, he learns about his true origins of him being a Jedi. As kind of a Sith Lord.
Well, you see, Izuku's, let's say Izuku's, mother was a Sith, right?
Mm-hmm.
And his father was a Skywalker. And they died, so they died protecting Izuku Darth Vader, when Darth Vader find out that a Sith Lord and a Skywalker got together, so they died protecting Izuku. Right? How could you do that?
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
So he learns about all his origin. He learns about his powers. He trains with them. Let's say like a year in his mindscape is like an hour in the real world.
And the real world, right?
Yeah.
He's gonna train in there for 20 years. So that's 20 hours.
So that's basically almost a full day.
Right? And for the next 4 hours, he's just getting to know his future self, who he's gonna be with and stuff for the next 4 hours after the 20 hours of training and becoming powerful and stuff. But let's say Izuku was just in a forest, like meditating, and his body was constantly growing out as he was meditating, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he don't know how tall he is right now. Just know he's tall, and
Yeah.
his hair just turned black. His hair is black. Show
Like
him the picture of Izuku with that mask on.
like
OP Izuku.
this one right here.
Alright, so his hair looked like that. Okay, now where was we going with this, bro?
Let's say that his future self tells him about he's gonna be dating or married to 2 girls.
And Izuku says, wait, what, 2? I'm not a hoe. You know.
He said, "I'm not a player."
He said, I'm not a player, and you know. And that's when she said, well, do you remember the 2 girls you just saved a couple hours ago? Right? And Izuku's like, oh yeah, those 2, right? And you know what he said? She says, well, you're gonna be married. You're gonna be married to those 2. And Izuku said, what the fuck? Like, Izuku the first time cuts. He said, wait, what the fuck? And that's when, you know, that's when Ray and Luke just laughed. They're like, damn, bro, you pulling women. Like, Ray's gonna be more on the chill side while Luke is gonna be on the jokester side, right?
Yeah.
And, you know, Luke said, damn, bro, you pulling women.
Fuck, I can't stop laughing.
I'm just like, I'm thinking about it, right? Just Luke being like, damn, bro, you pulling women. Sorry, it's funny. Okay. Then where was we going with this?
And then his future self gives him 2 handles.
Right? The future self gave him 2 handles. He said these 2 handles are lightsabers, or known as the weapon that we use. And also they change colors depending on how you feel. Right?
One represents your rage and hatred. The other one represents chill, calm, and collected.
Right? Let's say red is hatred while black is chill, calm, and collectiveness, because I like that. It sounds cool.
Yeah.
Right? And you know, Izuku says okay, and like now Izuku's, and they tell Izuku about how his forces evolved, and they said you have a pocket dimension. Like, you have a pocket dimension in your force, so just put something in the air, right, and throw it up, and it's gonna it's gonna to everybody else, it's gonna look like it's scattered, but to you, it's just going into your inventory, and you know.
Yeah.
Izuku did this, and he saw that it was in his pocket inventory. He says, "What?" And then he puts his hand out, and he says, "Lightsaber," and it just comes into his hand already activated. And he says, "That's so cool." Right? He said, "That's so cool." And now Izuku just came out, and he saw a lot of people around him, because let's say Izuku was glowing colors, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, was glowing colors as he was in there. And he wakes up to see a lot of people around him, and they're asking, "Who are you?" And a lot of people think that he's a lot of people be thinking that he's a monster or a villain. You know, Saitama already come in there because he heard there's a villain, and you know, Saitama punches Izuku, and Izuku catches Saitama's punches. Saitama said, "What the?" And you know, Saitama throwing more punches, and Izuku's like, "Oh my god, I like this." This gets his blood boiling, right? And they're fighting, and Saitama's like, "You're not a villain, are you?" And Izuku says, "No, I'm not. I'm just enjoying this fight." And for the first time, Saitama's enjoying a fight, right? Now, come on, we continue.
And let's say he just pulled out a trading sword.
He pulls out a training sword. He says, "Whoa, this training sword is made out of the hardest material known to man, right?" And he's fighting Saitama with the sword. And Saitama's is like smiling. He don't look bored. He looks happy.
And let's say that who is the guy that he spends time? The robot? Genos. Says Master is finally enjoying himself.
Right? And Genos is like, holy shit, he's smiling.
And he just
smiling.
And he just takes a picture.
He takes a picture. It's like, well, I'm putting this in my folder. He said, well, I'm putting this in my folders of happy memories. And, like, and you know, Izuku at this point, him and Saitama are going at it, like they're going at it so much. It's like a Goku against Vegeta, bro.
Or
imagine Goku going against Vegeta, bro.
Or which one was his name?
UI Goku, like Master UI Goku going against a Super Saiyan Evolution Vegeta. Right?
Yeah.
That's a good fight, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Even though we know Goku's gonna end up on top because of his auto, like, defensive, but...
You mean Ultra Instinct?
Yes, his Ultra Instinct. I call it auto defense because it's legit auto defense, like...
Yeah. You can't do nothing against him when he's in Ultimate Ultra Instinct.
Saying, bro, like, it's stupid. It's OP, but it's stupid because now you can't even find a challenge.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, now back to the video. we're getting off topic.
Sorry for that little detour.
Yeah, we're getting off topic.
So,
Jesus Christ, 168 likes, 3,000 views, 1,802 like 1,800 views, 1,802 views and 109 likes, 1,180 and 69 likes, 2,223 and 105 likes.
What are you?
1,000.
Why are you saying these?
I'm looking at my videos.
So yeah, and let's say it ends in a stalemate.
Right.
With them just getting tired the fuck out because they've been going at it for like 3 days straight. No sleep, no rest at all.
Like, they've been going at it three days straight. And let's say Izuku win by a hair, okay? Izuku win because they were both tired and Izuku landed the last punch. Like, Izuku landed the last punch. That's it. And Saitama says, you win, and they both fall out, and they both fall down, you know? Now, come on.
And let's say that Gino picks them up and takes them to the apartment.
Right. And when he reaches the apartment, he puts Izuku, like, he makes a whole futon for Izuku. He puts Izuku there. Then he puts Saitama in his futon, right? And then, you know, they both, Izuku and Saitama wakes up. Izuku and Saitama wakes up after 2 days. Like, they were asleep for 2 days. That's how tired they were. Yeah. Izuku and Saitama are just like looking. They wake up and look at each other and they says, "Hey, which motherfucker keep subscribing and unsubscribing? Like we about to big boy fight. Like, no cap."
Do you need a Glock?
Oh, I got that. Okay.
That's a joke, guys. That's a joke. Please don't.
Yeah, we're getting too off topic. Off topic. Okay, so Saitama and Izuku wakes up, they look at each other, right? And Saitama says, "Oh, what are you doing in my house?" Let's be honest. Saitama would get like, "What are you doing in my house?" And then Saitama's really happy to see Izuku. Like, my nigga don't look emotionless no more. Like, he's happy to see Izuku. And, you know, and Izuku says, "I was brought here. I don't know how I got here. I just was brought here." You know, Genos walks in. He says, "I brought you guys here, but you guys were passed out for 2 days straight." And Saitama and Izuku just smiled. And he said, and Saitama said, "I haven't had a fight like that in a while." You know? Come on. Right? Come on, you finish this part.
Let's.
I have never. No, you know what? Let me do this. I have never been in a fight that made me have to go past, like serious, past my power, past my power skill. You know. And Saitama and Izuku just looking at each other. And Izuku says, "Well, Saitama person, I didn't use my full power. That was only 50%." And you know, Saitama says, "Wait, what?" Right? Because Izuku's gonna be OP as hell. Like, just think about it. Izuku said, "I was only using 50% of my power." Saitama said, "Well, I was only using 70. I was only using 50." Let's see, Saitama said, "I was only using 45%." And Izuku says, "Damn it, still stronger than me, right? Because I can't make Izuku more powerful than Saitama, right?" So now all of this has happened, and Izuku's just chilling now, right? And now, come on, you finish this part.
And and they're just playing games, and let's say that the two girls heard where Izuku is at and came and visit and to say thank you. And they just see Deku shirtless. All he has on is shorts.
Like my boy Izuku and Saitama are both like shirtless, and they only have pants on, right? They both only have pants on, and you know they just look, because Saitama and Izuku are just like that. They have nothing else on. Just some shorts, bro. And they were just sitting down on the couch watching TV while eating food.
Yeah.
And you know, Genos opens the door and he sees the two girls and he says, "Oh shit, it's about to go down." Right? Come on.
And
finish that part.
Let's just say they walk into the living room and they're like, and their jaws just drop to the floor. And they're blushing.
Let's say you only expected Saitama to be there. When they saw Izuku, that's when their jaws dropped. They said, "What are you doing here?" And Izuku says, Well. I actually live here with my boy Saitama, right?" Let's say this one Saitama is number 1 A rank. Because how the fuck is Saitama being it was in the C rank, bro?
Yeah, that is true.
Like, how the fuck is nigga in the C rank when he takes down god level threats? And 2 or 3 punches. The only god level threat that really stand up to Saitama, and Saitama's not even trying, was that one eyeball ache, bro.
True.
So come on now. So Saitama is A rank, right? He's number 1 A rank. He's about to become S rank. And you know, Tatsumaki's coming over here to argue with Saitama, and then she sees Izuku. She just says, "What are you doing here?" And Izuku after she said that, she noticed how Izuku was only in his shorts, and she says, and she just went quiet, right? She went quiet. She became red and she was quiet. And Fubuki noticed this too, and she just was red already, and she's like, "Well," and this is just Saitama and Izuku now. And they're like, "If you guys don't need anything, can you please leave? You're ruining our moment." And you know. Now come on, you finish this part.
And they were like watching like an action-packed movie.
Right?
And they're like,
Saitama and Izuku have this big ass bucket of popcorn. I'm talking about 20 to 30. Like that boy was huge, okay? It was the same size as one of those big tables. Like, that's how big the popcorn bin was. And they're just watching this movie. Right?
Yeah.
And you know,
while Gino was just in the background cleaning.
Because, let's be honest, Genos is the only person that truly cleaning up his house.
Yeah.
Because Genos lived there too. So Genos is cleaning up the place. And Izuku and Saitama were just watching a very action-packed movie. And you know, they see a monster, and both Izuku says, "I want to fight that. That looks so fun." And you know, Saitama and Izuku are just... Now Saitama is actually becoming more exciting about being a hero, right? No cap.
Mm-hmm.
Saitama's not gonna have that bored look anymore. He's gonna be happy a lot more.
And let's just say Deku expands his hand into midair and grabs his lightsaber out, and it's black.
And he says Saitama. No, let's say he has the Rage Saber and the call him Collective Saber, right? But he also have different type of sabers. He's gonna give one to Genos, and Genos is gonna fuse it with his robotic body, right? He's gonna fuse the saber with his body, and now Genos has the ability to retract and attract the saber. Because I'm gonna do it like that.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's pretty cool. Not living a lie.
Yeah.
He was about to give one to Saitama, and Saitama said, "I don't need it. All I need is 1 or 2 punches, and everything goes down." So, right? And Yuzuka says, "But you didn't break me down with 2 punches. It took us a whole 3 days." He said, "You didn't bring me down with 2 punches. It took us a whole 3 days now." And Saitama just hit Izuku above the head, and Izuku hit Saitama above the head, and they're bickering now, and Izuku hits Saitama. I'm good at storytelling. Am I wrong? Am I not good at storytelling?
No, you're definitely really good at storytelling.
Right? They're bickering, and then Izuku and Saitama says, "Oh, so you want to go again?" Izuku says, "So you want to go again, old man?" Right? And they both get dressed, and Saitama's not gonna wear that flimsy suit, bro. Saitama's gonna wear something OP fire, bro.
Yeah.
Sorry. I love Saitama's suit, bro, but the cape messes it up, okay?
Yeah.
Saitama's gonna be wearing, you know how Izuku's outfit was made?
Yeah.
That's how Saitama's outfit is gonna be made, right? But it's gonna be, the red is gonna be darker, and the orange is gonna be, like, it's gonna turn to white, right?
Mm-hmm.
The red is gonna be darker, the orange is gonna turn into white, and there's gonna be metal around it. And then, Izuku's outfit is gonna be a Sith Lord outfit, right? Mixed with the Jedi. So it's white and black. And they're both fighting, and they both go outside, and Izuku just pulls out the lightsabers.
Yeah, he pulls out his red and black, and he's like...
No, he only pulls out one because Saitama is his homie, and he pulls out the palm saber, which is meant to knock people out, not like cut all arms and stuff.
Yeah.
So he just pulls out the palm saber, and they're fighting now. They're fighting, and this fight goes for 5 days straight, and Izuku says, "Damn it, it's longer." Right? And Izuku wakes up back in their house, and he said, "Damn it, they got even longer, didn't they, Genos?" And Genos said, "Yeah, you guys were fighting for 5 days straight." And Saitama wakes up and he said, "Damn it, who won though, Genos?" And Genos says, "Izuku won." And Saitama said, "No, he didn't. Stop lying." And then Genos shows the playback of what happened. Izuku hit Saitama in the head before they both went down. So Izuku won by default. And Saitama said, "Damn it." Right? And Izuku just gets up and he said, "Old man, I want one more match." And this fight ended up going for 8 days straight. This fight was for 8 days straight. Izuku and Saitama wakes up in the apartment, and Genos said Izuku won again. And Saitama says, and then Genos said it was a tie between. Actually, this one was a tie, and because at first he was just he was just joking with Saitama. Saitama said, "Damn it," and he says actually it was a tie, and Izuku and Saitama both said, "Damn it," and then they said, "Oh, fine, we're never gonna get past this rivalry," and they just sit there for 30 minutes straight, and then they just talk about random things. And Saitama told Izuku about the steal that's happening at the supermarket, right? And Izuku says, "I'm there," and like Izuku says, "I'm there," and Saitama said, "You're not stealing the food, Izuku. That's mine, right?" And honestly, I'm making this funny as hell. Just imagine the angry Saitama forgetting. You remember how when Saitama forgot about the supermarket sale? He got mad.
Yeah.
So him and Izuku are gonna run through the store, buy everything. Right? So Izuku still hasn't signed up to be a hero yet, so he's gonna sign up to be a hero either way, but he hasn't signed up yet. And then Genos said, "So Izuku, do you want to become a hero? You're the only person I've ever seen able to stand up to Saitama and beat him twice." He said beat him once and get a tie with him. And because he lost the first match against Izuku. Saitama versus Izuku lost. The second match, he won. The third match, it was a tie. Right? So that means they both have a tie with each other. So, General tells Izuku how to sign up. Izuku does the same heroic exam thing. The only problem is, Izuku did well. Like, he did really good on the written exam. And then he did good on the heroes too. So Izuku's automatically S rank. Right? Let's say Izuku's automatically S rank. And then Saitama did the test again. But this time he got a good grade on the written exam. So Saitama became S rank. And now like when Tatsumaki enters the room, she sees all of them. Like she sees all the S ranks and she's like, "Whoa, welcome to the," and she said, "Welcome to the hero agency." Like she said, "Welcome to the hero agency." And then she was about to finish her sentence, and then she sees Izuku walks in and sit down, and she just freezes up at that point, and she says, what? Like, no, kill. Now come on, you finish this part off, because I feel like I'm telling more of a story than you are.
Yeah. And she just gets a nosebleed. And Deku just pulls out bandages out of midair and throws them at her. And she catches them.
He don't throw it at her. Let's make this interesting. He don't throw it at her. He walks up to her and puts the bandage over her nose. Like he puts it over her nose, and like she's like, and she just faints at that point. Like she just faints at that point. And all of the heroes are surprised. The hero Tatsumaki, known for her coldness, right, just fainted because of somebody putting a band-aid over her nose, and they're just surprised. Right, now come on.
Let's say, what is his fucking name? The one that has the angel power.
What the fuck is his name?
What the actual fuck is it?
The angel? What angel power?
The one that he looks like a prisoner but acts feminine, that has a beard.
You meant the pretty prisoner?
Yes, that one.
I'm sorry. Ultimate mode, niggas, yo. It's that ultimate mode, but we not going to go back.
And let's say he says, "I bet she has a crush on you."
And like Izuku at this point is confused as hell because he really didn't understand the love concept. And future Izuku already told Izuku who he's gonna get together with, and he's like, "Oh, that's cool. I'm gonna talk to her about that later on." And all of them were pretty surprised how Izuku was so nonchalant, right? It almost reminded them of Saitama, right? And they said, "Wait," and that's when Saitama walks in, and they said, "Wait, what? But I thought he was in A rank." Right? And Saitama says, "Well, actually, I did the test again, and I'm in S rank, actually, because my boy Izuku over here helped me out on the written exams," right? And they said, "Did you cheat on the written exam?" "No, I studied for the written exam." And now, what the fuck was that going on with this, bro? You come on, you continue. Because this is your channel, yet I'm talking more than you are.
Yeah.
Maybe we should have done this on my channel.
Yeah, we should have.
Like, come on.
If you want, I can send you the recording.
You're gonna get a lot of views on this because I'm gonna post it on my next video, which I'm gonna make as soon as we're done with your video.
All right. Yeah, and let's say, how the fuck have you not that cool nigga we met like when?
They notice Saitama is not wearing that basic yellow suit no more. Like Saitama's wearing trim, right? And they're like, "What happened to you?" And then they know his hair is starting to grow in Saitama's head, and they said, "Who the hell are you?" Because I remember Saitama's head being shiny bald, right? Like his head. What they said, I remember Saitama's head being shiny bald. Why do you have hair, right? they're just staring at Saitama, and Genos just said, "Master," right? Genos is already there. He says, "Master, your hair is growing back." And Izuku and Genos, let's say people said Saitama's hair is growing back, and Izuku and Genos just look at each other and they on the floor dying because they remember how Saitama looked with hair, right? And they're on the floor dying. And they say, "Saitama, as soon as you get your fighting spirit back, your hair grow back," and they're just laughing, right? Genos and Izuku are just laughing, and Saitama says, "Shut up," right? He says, "Shut up," and they look like brothers. Like Izuku, Saitama, and Genos just look like brothers. Not no master keeping and all of that.
Yeah, they just look like effing brothers, like
right.
brothers
like
from another mother.
Like they all look like brothers. Genos is in the middle, right? Genos is in the middle, and let's make Izuku older than Genos. Should I do that?
Yeah.
Because Fubuki's old, so yeah, Izuku's older than Genos, and Genos is in the middle, is trying to stop Izuku and Saitama from fighting, and Izuku just big slap Genos away. I'm sorry, I've been bad at this too much. Like Izuku big slap Genos away, and that's when Tatsumaki wake up. And she said, "Izuku, stop!" And Izuku just says, "Fine." Right? He sits down. And Saitama does the same thing, and Genos says, "Why the fuck am I here then?" And Saitama said, "Why?" And just like Genos, he said, "Why the fuck am I here then? You listen to her after she said one word, and I was trying to stop you guys from fighting, and Should we make Genos female?
Yes.
Yeah, Genos is female, right? Hold up. If Genos is female, question. So does Genos have a dick? Like, think about it. His body's robotic, right? And he has his human soul. Doesn't that mean he has a dick?
He has both. Let's say that.
Yeah. Okay. So Genos is a female. And like. Oh shit, I'm thinking a lot. Genos is getting mad. Like, she gets mad as the seconds go by.
Yo sé esto vale mucho. Yo sé.
Huh? What?
I'm not talking to my dad.
Okay, so Genos is getting mad, and now he just gave up, and he sits down. He just sits down, not giving a fuck anymore. He just sits down and he's pouting, like she's pouting. I said she's pouting. And Saitama goes up to her and he says, "Stop pouting, or I'm not training you no more." And Genos starts pouting and she says, "What training have you given me, you bitch?" And all you told me is that you did some normal ass exercise. And now you're a god, and then we met Izuku. He beat you in a fight once, and he got a time with you. And that makes him a god. So what the true training has got me, right? And everybody in the S-rank room were surprised as hell when they heard this. Like they were flabbergasted, bro. Like they were shocked. Like they look like they just got struck by electricity when he said it. And and that's when Tatsumaki says, "Wait, what?" Right? Come on.
And they say,
Seriously.
let's say Deku asks Saitama for another fucking fight. He says, "Let's go at it again. Let's see if we can go at it for 10 days straight. Like last time it was 8. Let's see if we can go 10." And Saitama says, "Bet."
And they go outside in a secluded area.
And Deku just grabs his lightsaber.
And Deku grabs both lightsabers this time, and he's going at it. He's going at it. Right, left, punch, uppercut, right hook, jab. Like my boy is going destructive, and then he started using lightsabers. My nigga used the move he using moves from everything. Like my boy, you know how Inosuke did freestyle, self-taught, like breathing style, beast style, rip and tear. Izuku did that. Like my boy Izuku was just fighting. Like let's say he didn't pull out the lightsabers until like in the middle of the fight. And
Yeah.
all of the heroes are watching this. They're there for all of the 10 days. They're just watching Saitama and Izuku go at it. And they're like, this is the best fight ever. Like every day, more heroes come. And they bring popcorn. They keep bringing popcorn, right?
Yeah.
And they're just watching Izuku and Saitama fight. And let's say it's been 10 days. And Tatsumaki's worried. Like let's say Fubuki came. And Tatsumaki was already there, and she's just watching Izuku and Saitama fight, and she's getting worried. And Tatsumaki has been worried all 10 of those days, and she's like, and then all the other heroes, the boys, all the boy heroes are just watching this in awe. They're like, wait, what the fuck? Right? This is God level. This is deity level. This is a deity level fight,
Mm-hmm.
And continue this.
And let's say that let's say Metal Bat says, I can probably take them on, and everyone just looks at him.
Everybody, let's do this together. Everybody
looks at him and says,
and
"Bitch."
said, are you fucking stupid, you dumb man?
I can't stop laughing at that.
Because I have the ability to change up the pitch of my voice, so I can make any accent I really want, right?
Yeah.
So like, hello mate.
Or mate.
Oi mate.
That actually sounded like a really good Australian accent.
I know. Now come on mate. Now come on.
And
Now
they're
come on.
and they're like,
So
what else should we add?
and then Metal Bat says this, and Izuku and Saitama both look at it, and they're fighting, and they stop mid-fight, and they say, you can take both of us on. Have you taken on a god level threat by yourself? Right? And you still killed it. Hey, this is Saitama talking. And then, Izuku says, have you taken on somebody who can steal powers and make it into their own? Right? And like this is just fun, and they're just arguing. And Metal Bat is like, I haven't done this ever. And Metal Bat is still OP. Metal Bat by himself is OP.
Yeah.
But Izuku and Saitama, bro, you having the power to go against a super enhanced Izuku and a super enhanced Saitama. And Saitama is not bored of fighting. Like, he's not bored. He's happy. So it's gonna have more power because he's hyper active. Metal Bat, you crazy, bro. Sorry, bro. You crazy.
And then let's just say he jumps down to prove his point, and he grabs his metal bat and he says, "Then come at me," he says.
Right?
And Saitama says, "Izuku, would you like to do the honors?" I would love to. And he just pulls out his black lightsaber since it won't hurt no one. And then he just disappears out of metal bats.
Black lightsaber. No, you see. Let's say the black lightsaber has the option of hurting
Or
and
not hurting.
or just stunning, right?
Yeah.
Just stunning. So Izuku puts it in stunning, and he just hits Metal Bat. Like, he hits Metal Bat with the lightsaber.
Yeah, he
And Metal Bat
disappears
comes
out of his provisional vision and just appears behind him saying, "Too slow," and just knocks him out.
Right? He knocks him out. And all of the heroes are like, totally saw this coming. Like, they're like, totally saw this coming.
And then
Like,
Saitama and Deku just continue the fight.
Right? Tatsumaki and Fubuki are just still worried as hell. Like, they're still worried. Right? Let's say Tatsumaki noticed Fubuki is worried, and she says, who is she worried about? And she saw Fubuki just looking at Izuku. Like, and she says, and like, they're gonna share Izuku, not gonna lie, because that's how it's gonna end up either way. And should we make this a one shot, or should we make this a series?
You know what? Let's make it a one shot.
Yeah. So I'm gonna make it a series viewers on my channel because
Yeah.
I talk more. But like, yeah. So Izuku now and Saitama are just like going back and forth. And now it's been 10 days. Izuku absolutely lost to Saitama by an inch.
But you.
Saitama caught Izuku off guard, right? And Izuku lost by an inch, legit an inch, because Saitama's arm was longer than Izuku by an inch. Like, that's how Izuku lost, because Saitama's arm was longer than Izuku's arm by an inch. And Izuku says, you won by an inch. What are you so happy about? Right? And I think their hero costumes are already destroyed fully. Right?
Yeah.
They're already destroyed fully, and they're both in some half destroyed shorts. Like, the shorts are coming undone, and Tatsumaki and Fubuki just, and let's say the whole clothes will just like completely comes off, and just Tatsumaki and Fubuki are just standing there. They became red, like they became a new shade of red. and Saitama stuff is out in the open. So is Izuku, and Izuku looks at him and says, man. Izuku looks at him and says, man. Saitama, you do notice that, our clothes have been burned off, right? And Izuku and Saitama, and Saitama says, yeah, but I really don't care. Like, why would I care about something like that? And let's see, Genos is there, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna make Fem Genos X Saitama. So Fem Genos X Saitama. Funny, isn't it? Funny, isn't it?
And she sees him.
Genos just falls out. Like, her system just starts malfunctioning. And she's like, and she just falls out. And everybody was surprised by this, and and they see Tatsumaki and Fubuki just falling out, and they just staring at Izuku and Saitama, and they said, shit, these niggas back in!
Why the fuck do I laugh at this?
Because I'm funny.
True, and that's why I like your content.
Thank you. So like this is all the boys. They're like, our boys packing, and Izuku just walks up to Fubuki and Tatsumaki while they were ready, right? And they're just faking, and Izuku hits both of them, and Izuku just teleports home. Like, Izuku was moving at a speed that even that a lot of people can't do, and
Breaks the sound barrier.
he breaks the sound barrier.
He breaks the light barrier.
He was moving faster than light.
He breaks the light barrier.
He breaks the light barrier. And so Izuku goes home. He gets dressed and he just puts out Tatsumaki. Like, Izuku, ever since he got his house, he already, ever since he got his hero license, right?
Mm-hmm.
He got his own house. And so Izuku, now he had his own house, and he just teleports there, and he puts Tatsumaki and Fubuki in his bed, and he's just chilling. What is a god to a non-believer? That's just disrespectful to say that in front of the GOD whatever. I'm disappointed in you.
It wasn't on Discord?
No. It was on my YouTube channel.
Ah.
But whatever, because you believe in me. You might not believe in the real God, but you believe in the whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So Izuku takes the shower. He comes out of the shower, and Izuku's hair is black, it's fully black. And Izuku puts his hair to the side, right? He says, maybe I should go get an undercut tomorrow, right? And Izuku's gonna get his undercut. Fubuki and Tatsumaki are still on the bed. Izuku comes out, he gets dressed. Izuku wearing the drill. I got the sauce on my feet. Right? Izuku's wearing the drill, and he goes to get his hair cut. Izuku gets the undercut, and he dyes his hair well, the tips of his hair red because that just looks good to me. I don't know why.
Yeah.
He dyes the tip of his hair red, and he puts his hair to the side, right? And Izuku goes home. And he enters to see Tatsumaki and Fubuki just looking for clothes to wear. He sees Tatsumaki wearing his Oppai hoodie, right? He sees Tatsumaki wearing his Oppai hoodie, and because Oppai means tits, and it makes sense. Oh my god. Right? And he sees Fubuki just wearing one of his white shirts, right? And Izuku is taller than Saitama, so his clothes are bigger, right? So Fubuki is wearing one of his white shirts, and it's already covered her whole, it reaches to her thigh, right? And Tatsumaki's wearing his whole bike hoodie, and and Izuku's like, well, hello guys, and they were surprised by this, right? They're surprised by this, and they said, who are you? And Izuku says, you don't recognize me after I get a haircut? That's disappointing. Right? He said, that's disappointing. He goes, and Dave says, Izuku, you look so much different now, right? And so now they're just waiting. No, bro, I'm making this into a series, bro.
Yeah.
We're making this into a series.
Yeah.
I just thought of a whole new villain that's gonna come down on Earth to fight against Izuku and Saitama.
Yeah, we've been going at this for 51 minutes.
21?
51.
Yeah, we gonna make this 1 hour 30, okay?
Yeah, go ahead.
So now Izuku goes into the kitchen. He cooks. Let's say it was mid-afternoon. Izuku goes into the kitchen and he cooks for them. How dare you call me lower god?
I know the best thing that he cooks for them. He cooks some pasta, he cooks some rice balls, some curry, some chicken, some ramen.
Yeah, he cooks all of that
And some sushi.
Right?
Are you there?
I'm still there. Yeah, so he cooks all of this and they're just chilling now. Like, they're chilling, they're eating his food, and they said, this is really good. Right? They said, this is really good. And they said, this is really good. And Izuku's like, thanks. I learned this from my mother. And they said, can we meet your mother? Izuku says, I'm not sure about that, chief. And Izuku said, I'm not sure about that, chief. Now, come on. You continue.
And let's say Deku makes some dessert. Some chocolate pudding.
Some chocolate pudding.
Yeah.
Bro, guess what, bro?
And some banana splits.
Only 13%. Only 13% of 13 through 17 people watched my video. 18 through 24 people is 49%. 25 to 34 is 15.3%. 35 to 44 is 17.6%. And 45 through 54 is 4.2%. So older people like my videos, but fuck it, we don't care. We're human.
Yeah, we're human.
Right, come on. We're human.
And let's say they ask, can we spend the night?
Right, they ask, can we spend the night? And Izuku says, well, I'm sleeping on the couch, you guys can take my bed, right? And they said, no, this is your house, right? And Izuku says, no, I'm not arguing with you, you guys take the bed, I take the couch. And then Fubuki's just like, this is Izuku Tatsumaki. And then, then Fubuki comes in, he says, why don't we just share the bed, right? And Izuku's like, if you guys want to, I don't mind. I just don't think Tatsumaki's okay with it. And Tatsumaki said, yeah, I'm good with it. And she was stuttering, like she was ready, she was stuttering. And and Izuku says, well,
let's just say, no, before they go to bed, he says, let me tell you something about the future. When you guys saw me glowing in, let's say, a month ago.
Now let's say he's just gonna say, when you guys saw me glowing, I was looking at the future. Right? I was looking at the future, and I saw something very interesting. Let me do this part because I can do a perfect narrator voice.
Yes.
Right. So Izuku says, "Whoa, when you guys saw me glowing, I was looking through the future, and guess what I saw? I saw something very interesting. What I saw was me and two beautiful women. Right? What I saw was me and two beautiful women and 4 children." Izuku says, and Izuku hears this, and they get mad a little bit, and they said, "Who's the 2 beautiful women?" And Izuku's flirty side started to show, right? Because Izuku's gonna get that flirty side from Luke. Fuck you. Right? Izuku's flirty side started to show. He says, "I'm looking at them," right? And he walks up to them and holds both of them by the waist and says, "Well, I'm looking at them, am I not?" And they both go red. And they both go red at the fact that Izuku actually saw the future with him and her, and both of them, And at this point, they accepted the fact that both of them liked Izuku a lot, and they were going to share Izuku. And now, since Izuku told them what he saw in the future, they're going to share Izuku either way, so it don't matter. Now, come on.
And then let's say the night came with passion.
Huh?
The night came with passion.
Yeah, the night came with passion. A lot of things happened.
And let's say they couldn't walk the next day.
Yeah, they couldn't walk the next day 100%. They couldn't walk the next day because they already saw my boy Izuku was packing.
Yeah.
My boy Izuku was packing.
Let me give you a little detail. Let's just say there's a bunch of anal in it. Anal.
Damn. Right? I got the perfect picture too. Hold up. Alpha. Look. Go on this. Go on Discord.
On Discord?
Yeah.
I've been on Discord the entire time.
I look at that.
Yep.
you can imagine what happened, don't you?
Yeah.
The lolly.
Let's just say the bed, all the sheets had to be replaced. There's no way of cleaning them. You just had to replace them.
Right? Izuku had a lot of fun that day.
Yeah.
Well, when he was putting a cat inside the kid, putting food inside the kitty, right? He had a condom on. That's it, right? He had a condom on. But when he was doing the animal, that was a different story. That's it now. Come on. I don't want to get into any more detail.
Yeah, let's skip to the next. No, let's skip to someone else's perspective. Let's get to Gino and Saitama.
Oh no! You're not thinking of doing what I'm thinking, are you?
Let's see what the Demon Wolf can do.
Oh no! Hold up. And you know what? Let's say before we do this, let's say Genos has the ability to go from human to robot. So I'm gonna do that.
You just gave me more power to do something.
Yep, I give Genos the ability to go from robot to human.
Yeah. Let's say Genos was pure naked. There was nothing covering her.
Uh-huh.
Genos was pure naked. Saitama was the same way.
And something
Saitama,
happened.
the first thing that happened was a blow job, then a tit job, then anal, then a normal. No condom at all.
Yeah. We are 100% sure Genos is getting pregnant.
Yeah, sooner or later.
Yeah, we are 100% sure she's getting pregnant.
Probably next episode.
Yeah, baby. We can do next episode on this day too, cause it's only 5 for me.
Yeah, no, it's late for me.
It's late. How late is it for you?
6:09, and it's dark out.
It's 5:09 for me.
You lucky bastard. Alright,
Lucky bastard. All right.
there's already 30 minutes left until this recording we can stop. It's already been an hour long.
Okay. So let's start this bitch. So all of these happened. Saitama and Genos and Izuku. Yes, sir.
And let's just say Geno's took a pregnancy test
Right?
and it came out positive.
Yeah, and it came out positive. And Saitama says, "You're not going to be a hero. Like, you're staying home." Right? He said, "You're staying home. Either you're cooking or you're staying in a bed. That's it. You're not cleaning, nothing." Right?
Mm-hmm.
And now let's switch to Izuku's point of view.
Let's
Should I
say
do it? You want me to do it? I'm gonna make it realistic as hell.
yes.
Izuku wakes up with sunlight in his eyes, right? Izuku wakes up with sunlight in his eyes, and he looks up, and he says, "Oh, it's morning already." And then he looks down, and then he looks down because he felt something, or he felt two things heavy, right? One on his left side and one on the right side. Izuku takes out the blanket. He sees a naked Fubuki and a naked Tatsumaki just laying down on him. Izuku says, "Oh, right, I went crazy." Right? He said, "Oh, right, I went crazy." And Izuku takes them off. He takes them both off of him, and he just goes to take a shower. And while Izuku was taking a shower, Fubuki and Tatsumaki enters the shower too. Right? They entered the shower too, and Izuku just washed himself. And then Izuku was about to leave. Like, Izuku washed himself, and he's about to wash, where my nigga was packing. And like Fubuki grabbed Izuku from behind, right? Like, she grabbed Izuku's thing from behind. Izuku and Tatsumaki was already in front of me. And like, she was on her knees, and my boy got some morning fun.
Oh, yeah.
My boy got some morning fun, and then he didn't really have to take a shower no more because it was just a blowjob, right? And like, nah, fuck it. He got some morning fun.
Yeah. Some more than a blowjob.
It was more than a blowjob. It turned into something else.
Yeah.
Since Izuku's strong, like, Izuku's super strong, and Izuku was just like, Tatsumaki was in front of Izuku, and like, Izuku was holding Tatsumaki by the waist, and he was going crazy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Fubuki was just fingering herself in the background. Not in the background, like, she's the chick behind Izuku just fingering herself. And then, Izuku finishes off inside Tatsumaki, and he grabs Fubuki, he does the same thing, right? And, he finished this, and he takes a shower again.
And then the girls take the shower.
And this time they all took a shower, but they didn't do anything. They just all took a shower. Izuku gets dressed. Izuku in the trip. Hold on, let me go find Izuku or something.
And let's just say Saitama calls him.
Right? I say Saitama calls him, and Izuku's like looking for clothes.
And this,
Izuku's looking for clothes, and Izuku's looking for clothes.
let's just say he finds he finds his jeans and a white
Nah, bro.
tee.
Izuku has to wear Drew. You can't make me from stopping him from wearing Drew.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Give them
Izuku's
to.
wearing a hood. Izuku's still wearing the jeans though, because it has to be like this.
Yeah, I was gonna say he had a white tee with the word "fuck" on it and a black jacket with some necklaces.
No, let's say he had a black t-shirt on, right?
Mhm.
No, let's say a white t-shirt on with the word "fuck life" on it, and with a gun pointing to the word "life," right? Because I'm pretty sure that would look fire, right?
Yeah.
And you know, Izuku's just chilling now. So hold up, I'm gonna send you the picture, bro. This is Izuku's drip right here, bro.
Alright.
Except it has "fuck life" on it. You see how
Alright.
Izuku's dressed in this picture?
Yeah.
And you see how Izuku's dressed?
Yeah.
I just sent it to you. You see how he's dressed?
Mhm.
He has a white hoodie with "fuck life" and a gun pointing at the word "fuck life," and that's it. Is he wearing white shoes, bro? He's wearing white shoes. He's wearing that. He wearing some good white shoes. And then you know, he then goes to Saitama and he said Buki, he said Tatsu and Buki, I'm going to Saitama now. I'm gonna be right back. And they said, okay, come back safe. And Izuku says, me, there's nothing that can hurt me except for Saitama. And they look at Izuku and said, true. And they say, true. And you know, and then you know, Izuku goes to Saitama's house. And Saitama tells Izuku the dumbest thing ever. He said, Izuku, I have something very important to tell you, right? It's Saitama for the first time out of tears. And Izuku said, what is it, you old man? Did you get Genos pregnant, you dumbass? And you know, Saitama just nods and said, Izuku said, straight. He said, fucking dumbass. How did you get her pregnant? Did you not use a condom?
Saitama says yes in a night of good passion.
Alright? Like, Saitama says, well, it was supposed to be a night of compassion. And Izuku looks at Saitama and he says, you're truly an idiot, you know that? And Saitama felt a little hurt by this, and Izuku says, you are an idiot. And Saitama's like, well, I wanted the child either way. And you know, Izuku said, then why the fuck did you call me here? Izuku gets mad every second, right? As the second go by, Izuku's getting mad. And Saitama said, because I'm going to marry her. And you're going to be my best man. And Izuku just says, wait, what the fuck? Like, Izuku said, wait, what the fuck? Izuku's ridiculing him, and Izuku's the best man. And you know, Saitama is like, nigga, you don't deserve to be my best man no more. And Izuku said, nigga, I'm the only person that can truly fight you, and if you want to fight right now, I've got more powerful too. Because I'm gonna use that Baki logic. After a hardcore fucks a woman, they become more powerful. I'm using that Baki logic. Yeah, because don't you remember when Baki fucked that girl? The next day he come out, his hair was doing that uncontrollable flying up thing, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm gonna use Baki logic. Izuku says I have become more powerful, right? And since he fucked 2 women, it doubled his powers.
4 times actually.
4 times actually. Hold on, yeah. It
2 times in the shower and 2 times in bed.
Right. So Izuku and you know, Saitama says, I did it too. I did it 6 times, right? So I did it 6 times. We were going at it non-stop. And you know, Izuku said, damn it, you bum. How dare you beat me again? Sorry. It's so funny in my brain because how I'm thinking of it shit like it's like I'm just that funny type of dude.
Yeah.
You know?
So when do you said the recording was gonna stop at?
30.
Alright, it's 1:09. It's 1 hour and 9 minutes.
How was it only 9 minutes? lord, okay, now we're about to make a new boss.
Who's the boss?
The boss has come from a planet that look like Hulks, okay? They're big boys.
Red
Like
Hulk.
Hulk.
Red
The
Hulk
boss
just
is now the boss, right? The boss came in the spaceship like the first one I did. But this time the spaceship was bigger, right? And the person that came out, it was the leader himself. And he says, show me your best fighters. If they can beat me, right? If they can beat me, I will something. I will stop this invasion in mere seconds. And Izuku didn't notice because he's still in his house. So is Saitama. Izuku is at Saitama's house. They're just sitting down, just talking about the wedding. And you know, that's when that's when Zeno says, Saitama, babe, open the TV, right? And he opens the TV and he says, and Izuku just sides with Saitama. They said, "Oh my God, another thread." Just when the days were getting, just when the world was getting to peace, right? And you know, they heard something about give me your best fighters, and that's when Izuku and both Saitama says, "I'm there." And they both said, "I'm there." Like Izuku and Saitama both get dressed. Hold up, let's go find a picture of Saitama and Izuku.
And let's just say that Deku just grabs all of his lightsabers.
He got all of his lightsabers. Let's say Deku can use the Force where he can control lightsabers, like telekinetic, you know, telekinesis. Like that nigga from Mortal Kombat that used the sword.
And then he just grabs, in his hand he has his dual wielding lightsaber, like Dark Maul. But instead of it being red or light blue, it's pure black. There's no other light in it. And they just appear in front of it, in front of the monster, saying, "We're the best fighters this planet has. Come at us!" And then Deku just surrounds the monster with all his lightsabers and says, "Try dodging these." He says, "I am mage. I laser mage," and it just encloses on him, and it cuts him in half. And let's just say the monster regrows his top half, his bottom half, and you can't kill me. Saitama, you gotta do the combo? Let's say they were working on a combo, and they say sure. He gives Saitama a red lightsaber, and then Deku grabs a blue lightsaber, and he says, "Explosion combo." And then
No, you don't let me think of the names because I'm godly at this.
Yeah.
Izuku says, "Destroyer's wrath," right? And Saitama both and Izuku says, "Destroyer's wrath."
And they just
and they're going faster than the universe is spinning, and they're zooming. They look like just pieces of light. They said. And they just let's say when they're finished, like they're going fast, and then you know they said destroyer's wrath, and they let out a giant. Izuku put his lightsabers together, and then lets out a giant plasma beam, right? Let's say he can fuse the lightsabers together to make one giant lightsaber, and that lightsaber becomes a giant plasma beam, right? Plasma beam, and Izuku says, and Saitama punches the person, and Izuku says, "Destroyer's ray of," and Izuku just says, "Destroyer's ray of darkness," right? Ray of darkness, and he says, Izuku says, "Destroyer's ray of darkness," and he goes through the alien, and he says, "Rest in peace, you bitch," and he walks away, and you know, he says, "Rest in peace, you bitch," and he walks away. What did Saitama rock a hero? What did Saitama rock it?
no. Instead of him having a lightsaber, he goes on a building wall and just pushes off with his arm in front of him.
Right.
And he pulls back and just punches him, doing an uppercut.
No, he pulls back and he does Saitama's signature serious punch, but his punch had more strength to it. And he says, He said skill copy. Furious punch. Right?
Mm-hmm.
No, let's say both of him and Saitama says serious punch combo times 12, and you're just zooming at him. And they said uppercut, left, jab, and he's throwing him and he's throwing the villain at Saitama, and Saitama's doing the same thing, and they're throwing back at each other. Then Izuku says, and both Izuku and Saitama says, serious punch, and they both punch him, and he exploded.
No, they say before we do this, call off the attack. And he says,
Right.
fine. And he calls off the attack, says, you're still a villain. And they just kill him. There on the spot.
Right? And then, you know, all of this happens.
I feel like we just one-shotted this.
Right? It was pretty good. And this is like, it's pretty good, not gonna lie. And now Izuku just goes back home. And we're gonna do a huge time skip, okay?
Yeah.
Hey, let's say this was a flashback, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say it's been 10 years since that. Let's say it's been 7 years since that fight. Izuku is now, Izuku is now 37, right? Izuku's 37. Izuku's 37, and what's her name?
Dino or the other two girls?
No. Tatsumaki is 30, and Fubuki is 25 because Tatsumaki get Fubuki for years, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, 27.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of the right way. Right? Yeah. Fubuki is 27. And now Izuku's looking at four children just playing around, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then like Saitama comes over there. He sees Genos and he says, hello Genos, how have you been? Right? And Genos and Izuku are just talking and catching up. And what else happens?
And let's say that there's kids running around.
Alright, yeah, the kids are running around. And then, you know...
What?
I can't believe you get shit out of me!
What?
Hold up, bro. Let me see you exactly what the fuck just happened to me, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god, no cap, let's get the different shits out of me. So, let me tell you what happened. This person was talking.
Do you want me to pause the what if?
Nah, everyone else. Okay, now we're done. Like, we're really done. And, you know, so it just ends with Saitama and
Deku having a last spar.
alright, and they that's it.
Alright, that'll be the end of the video. Bye, guys. Bye. And end it.
That was